Hi, and welcome back to Ask a Pennsylvania Dutchman. My name is Chris LaRose, and this here is Douglas Maidenford, our resident Pennsylvania Dutchman. You're looking sharp today, Doug.
Well, I try to look nice for the people on the videos.
Yeah, that's a rather dapper looking.
Yeah, well, after we're done doing this, tell the people we're off to perform today at the Ole Valley for Sumling. Big get together in Ole.
We love doing these for
300 people maybe might be.
300?
Yeah, possibly. An afternoon of Pennsylvania Dutch fun. And us.
That's something.
That is something.
Well, are you
anyway.
ready for a question?
Yes, absolutely.
Our first question today comes in from Jess Cain of Center County, Pennsylvania.
That's right in the middle, center.
Right there in the middle. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, Jess wants to know, what is your opinion on county fairs and which ones are the best?
Well, first off, they're great. Who doesn't love a good county fair?
Oh, they're one of the best old home-style.
I'm glad that we still do them.
Oh,
to be honest, let's answer the first question so we can make people angry. People are pretty territorial about which county fair is the best. It's like saying who makes the best potato chips or who makes the best ice cream. But everyone is biased about this. And I'll say, growing up, Berks County, where I grew up, we didn't have the Berks County Fair because there were a lot of little fairs that were in the county, like there was the Ole Fair, and the Kempton Fair, and the Kutztown Fair, and the Reading Fair, and just to name four. Those are the four that I grew up going to. That was a big deal. When the fair season came, it was a big enough deal for the old man to want to leave the farm, and that doesn't happen too often.
Nope.
He said, we're going to the fair. So I was always partial to Ole and Kempton and the Kutztown Fair. Reading Fair was good too, but those three little country fairs. But where I live now in Center County, there's one county fair called the Grange Fair, which is you have to see it to believe it. It's been going on since the 1870s, and people camp at the fair
all week long
in these old military-style tents. Trust me, look it up. I'll put a link in the video down below.
Isn't it the waiting list to get one?
There's a waiting list.
Like
not 100 years, but these spots have been passed on from generation to generation. It's really a big deal. Really, in fact, the joke in Center County is the two most fought over things in divorce court are Penn State football season tickets and a Center County Grange Fair tent spot. And if you know anybody in Center County, you ask them, they'll tell you, yeah, for upside, that's true. But
oh gosh, I don't know which one you'd want to part with.
Right, hop on it. But I mean, county fairs, think about it. We need county fairs. 100 years ago, everybody lived on a farm, and they understood what farming was.
Well, it's one of the last things that keeps our culture.
Yeah, that's true too for us Pennsylvania Dutch. We have to hold on to these, really. But think about it. 100 years ago, everybody knew what a sheep looked like. Now most people petted them too, growing up. Nah.
You gotta take a field trip.
You gotta take a field trip till kids can see what animals look like, other than what's in the books and on the internet. And a county fair allows you to not only go and see them,
but smell them,
touch them, and actually talk to the people that own them and learn about agriculture. Or
talk to the sheep too.
Yeah, learn about agriculture. Just from that aspect alone, county fairs have to keep going. It's the only way people are going to learn about what it means to farm and where food comes from and taking pride in it. Now, on top of that, the food.
The food's pretty amazing.
You can get a heart attack on the spot. Everything's deep fried. And it's kind of crazy how far it's come. Now you can get these deep fried Oreos, and I've seen
deep fried ice cream.
I saw deep fried butter one time. Butter on a stick, and they batter coated it and stuck it in it. That's a little bit.
That's ridiculous. A little much, but I would try that.
I would too. Anyway, the food's great, and it's always mainly, traditional, good, hearty, deep fried stuff. And, it's just an opportunity. It's an opportunity for people to come together.
And it's a really nice way to hear all sorts of nice music in the band.
There's usually good entertainment. There's rides for the kids.
Every now and then, Doug and I will play.
We play county fairs, our little folk band, and it's always a good time.
So if you are a county fair looking for live music, please consider the Broken Spokes.
Yeah, we'll gladly come play your fair. Yeah, but I really think it's the only way that we're going to maintain a link between the everyday man nowadays and agriculture, where their food comes from. And I think for that, it's there's no price high enough for county fair, and it's usually cheap too to go. It's not like, I mean, you can go to Hershey Park and spend $60 to get in and ride a bunch of roller coasters and have a good time, but you can spend $6 and get in the Kempton Fair
and then ride all the
great food and see animals and
there are rides.
There are rides. Yeah, they might not have a roller coaster.
They have tractors.
They have tractors, all lot of stuff to look at, and people can submit things to get judged, like artwork or their vegetables or their flowers. Come on, man.
There ain't nothing better than that.
Ain't nothing better than a good county fair, good country fair. I stick to that. In 2018, I don't care what anybody says.
Well, now, what's one of the biggest, best ones out there? Is there like the biggest one?
Well, I think for Pennsylvania, I think you go out west and they have these big state fairs, like Texas State Fair and the Iowa State. We can't compete with those. That's where I think county fairs are better because it's local.
I think what we lack in volume, we make up for in quality.
In quality, absolutely. And then there's always the farm show in January, which is like the Pennsylvania State Fair. In the middle of the winter, you get your cabin fever and you go to Harrisburg, a big farm show complex, and you can get hands-on agriculture there when it's snowing outside.
When it's snowing out.
And it's always snowing when it's
snowing.
When it's farm show week. That's a given in Pennsylvania. There's two givens in Pennsylvania. It snows or sleets or ices during farm show, and it's 153 degrees during the Kutztown Folk Festival. Those twos are given in Pennsylvania.
He's not wrong. He's very accurate.
And humidity is 158%.
You're either freezing to death.
You're either freezing and slipping your way to the farm show, or you're sweating yourself
and
to death
slipping your way to the farm show.
Slipping your way to the Kutztown Folk Festival. Those are two givens. That's just the way it is.
Like I said, anything worth doing is uncomfortable.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that goes back to the last video about pretty hurts. Pretty hurts. So anything worth doing is... That's how you know... That's a good barometer for telling if something's good for you or not. Am I going to enjoy doing this? No, I'm not. It's darn sure going to be good for me. Am I going to enjoy doing this?
Am I going to enjoy weeding those 85 rows of sweet corn for my father in the middle of summer when it's really hot? No. Will I get better corn from it? Yes.
You'll live longer too.
Maybe.
Yeah. I knew a lot of real old folks in my life, and they said the secret to staying healthy was hard work.
Staying active. Yeah, hard work. You're damn right, hard work. That's a section for another video. But I'm telling you, hey, when it comes fair season time, you'll see the advertisements in the newspaper and on the TV. You gotta go. Take your kids, take your grandkids for a good, wholesome night out. Go to the local county fair.
Support your local farmers.
Support your local farmers. Heavens, yes.
You gotta thank them.
And at those county fairs, all the local, like the Grange will be there, and the Lions Club will be selling food, and the fire company will probably be there. It's an opportunity to support those good organizations too.
And another thing, this is really kind of cool for all those restaurants and bars and things that like to use locally grown food and all that stuff.
Yeah.
There's a good place to find all the best places to get your meats and vegetables and all the stuff right next door.
Yeah, I mean, I love them. I honestly do. They're one of my favorite things to go to, a good fair.
Well, now how many do you go to in a year?
Couple. I do. I really do. We go to a couple of them every year.
Now, are they timed so that you can make a circuit where you just never
Sure,
stop?
they're never, that you can never stop, no. But, when the local fairs, they're always scheduled that they're not competing against each other. So you have the opportunity.
Well, that's awful considerate.
Well, you have the opportunity to go boom, 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 boom.
I love going boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. Support your local fairs. Get out. Have some fun.
Yeah.
Eat some unhealthy food. Pet some animals that might bite your hand off. That's all right.
You never seen some of those rabbits? They're this big.
The Flemish giants. Did you ever see them? They're as big as this frickin' table.
Take it off right up to the shoulder there.
'Tis but a flesh wound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Support your local county fair, your local country fair. Do no better. Get out there.
All right. Well, I think you heard it from the Dutchman. You have anything else you want to say, Douglas?
No, I said my fill.
As he often does. All right. Until next time. Mock's
good.